Hi guys, like Chrissy here, Christian, and I'm here to do a reading for the sign of Aquarius for the remainder of September 15th through 30th. If you haven't checked out the first half of the month, that video is on my page. What is wrong with me today? Take a minute to go ahead if you haven't already and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys are doing great. If you like this video, please click thumbs up and let me know if it resonates. Now keep in mind that all readings can't possibly resonate for every single Aquarius, so take what resonates and leave behind what does not. Also, too, make sure you check out your rising sign video as well as your moon. You may find some messages there. I am available for one-on-one readings, and that information will be available down below, as well as how to donate to my channel. And I'm sure you guys are tired of me blabbing, so we're just going to hop right into the reading. First, we're going to pull a card from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck to kind of get an overall energy for you for the time period of September 15th through 30th, Aquarius. September 15th through 30th, Aquarius. All right, so Aquarius, you are at a crossroads in your life with the spider card coming out here. You are at the peak of having to make some decisions. Which way shall I go? What way is going to work? What way is not going to work? You are at you knowing that there's going to have to be a change that's going to have to be made, and you're kind of feeling that a little bit intuitively, okay? And I think that it's the universe's way of trying to guide you if you get into like this roadblock to where it's like, okay, this way of life is not working anymore. I have to do something different. This is the universe's way of kind of forcing you to make a decision, to make a jump. When I get the tarantula card, I always feel like the tarantula is blocking something, and it looks like it's blocking this light or the sun almost in this card. And it's almost like there may have been this fear in the past that has kind of been making you kind of scared to respond. So I kind of feel like this, when we're in dangerous situations, our body goes into either fight or flight. Or it's another one too, but they don't usually say the other one. Fight or flight or freeze, or I don't know. But anyway, fight or flight. And this tarantula, aka this situation, has been making you flight or freeze and not really act. And what life is going to do is it's going to make it bigger and bigger and bigger until you choose to fight, okay? Because it wants you to know that you are you can overcome anything. You are like my dad used to tell me this thing. Now, it's different for tarantulas. Let's be clear. Because that is kind of a spider that is a little scary. But just think of, I don't think, okay, anyway. So if I'm wrong about that being, okay, whatever, classifications, I'm sorry. But my dad used to tell me this thing, like, he used to have this real fear of bugs, and he used to say, you're going to let that little bitty bug control big old you. So saying that sometimes life is wanting you to see that no matter what the perceived fear is of the situation, that you're always bigger and you're always greater than it. And you have to kind of move forward and jump over that and take a leap of faith to be able to push yourself towards your fears and the things that scare you. Actually, when you feel things that scare you, usually on the other side of fear is greatness, it's success, it's growth, it's abundance, it's prosperity. The reason why not many people have that in their lives is because when they see this, they go into flight or they go into freeze. And that's why you only have a certain amount of people in the world that are rich, are these in America, these celebrities that we kind of worship, because they're in this circle and everybody's like, oh my God, I wonder what it would be like to be around them. I wonder what it would be like to beat them. Well, they had the same dilemma as you. They just looked at it and said, you know what, my purpose is bigger than this situation that's in front of me. So I know that these are things that could happen, but I'm going to face it anyway, and I'm going to move past it, okay? So that's kind of what I have here going in for you guys there. And it can be a lot of hesitation going on with the tarantula, because it can be a lot of, okay, which way, okay, I'm hesitant, like a lot of back and forth kind of movement there. But we're going to see a little bit more. We're going to pull some more cards. We're going to pull from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Psychic Tarot of the Heart. A little song there. All right, let's see. Aqua. When I'm uploading videos on YouTube, I just use like the first few letters of the sign. So you guys are Aqua. All right, let's see. Even though you're not a water sign, you're a water bearer. Spirit, what is it we have for believe and succeed. Look at that. moving past your fears, traveling, moving on, going for it anyway. This is life trying to navigate you to this place of this growth. You see yourself moving towards this light. You are in control of the boat. When you believe that, when you have this spirit of believing that you can achieve it, then you will. So the six believe and succeed is the 6 of Wands. This is this sense of achievement. And then you have this 6 and you have this 6. These are about harmony. So whatever this change is, if there's been this conflict in your life, because fives are all about conflicts. If you've been in this chapter of, dang, why aren't things working out in my favor? Why aren't things going right? It's because life has been trying to push you to this point to where you can overcome this fear so that you can succeed, so that you can be successful. And just to show you how that particular card looks, that particular card looks in the standard deck. I'm trying to make sure I don't skip it as I go through fast. Here it is. This is the same card. So you see here, this is where you are moving. You are moving you're moving in success. You're coming to this completion. This is a big chapter for you. It's not just like a small thing when you have a wreath, a laurel here. This is you overcoming, like things coming back full circle. And maybe there's been a period of time where you couldn't understand why you were living in this loop, but it'll all make sense once you're able to pass over it. Now, what I do feel here, what I got from the horse is that still there's going to be a part of yourself. I'm looking at this heart like your ego. I mean, this horse like your ego. And there's still going to be these nudges that it has to, like your heart with this green right here, to try to make it, are you sure that we did the right thing? Are you sure? So in this time period, just look out for that and make sure that you're kind of checking it, because once you do make the decision to move forward, there are going to be things that try to tell your subconscious is going to try, those fears are going to still try to make their way back in. But you have to really trust in what you're doing and really keep on moving forward. Once you start this journey, you have to keep looking forward. You cannot look back. Okay, so this is a change that's coming to, it's bringing things to a close with this here. So there's no going back after that. Okay, when you choose to live in this path, if you're choosing to put yourself in line with your life's purpose, it says claiming your life purpose, there's no turning back. It's no half stepping. So I think that kind of can be a little bit of the conflict going on, that once you move, that there's no way to turn this boat back around once you're moving in a direction, because when you've seen the light, it's no way to kind of navigate anywhere else to try to get the results of that, right? So this is you kind of moving into that space right there. Bottom of the deck here, you have flow. So this is letting things kind of move and flow into the natural rhythm of life. This is also a turning point in life. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is where and it's so funny, I did a reading the other day on my Instagram page, and it wasn't this card from this deck, it was from the regular deck, but those two showed up together. So this is definitely this change going on in your life, that the wheel of time starts to turn and there's no going back. Okay, so yeah, that's that on that. Let's see here. We're gonna pull another card and then we'll pull a couple of tarot cards. Let's see, Spirit, what? Shuffle on. But yeah, overall, so far so good. I think that it's going to be a little bit scary, but the changes that you're bringing into your life at this time, or the decisions that you're making, are good ones. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit of that. Damn, I can't believe I just did that kind of feeling. Oh my God, did I do it wrong? Oh my gosh, oh, what am I doing? What am I in? Like, oh, what, I should have never moved here. I should have never did this. I should have never. It's going to be that back and forth. So I kind of get that sense just to tell you to prepare for that even when you feel that, it still doesn't, that's your ego. That doesn't mean that it's true. Okay. All right. And that's the hesitation. Yeah. That's coming in. Spirit, what message do we have? Where is it this time? September 15th through 30th. The Moon, the opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. So you see kind of what I'm saying here. This is you facing that fear. This is you saying, okay, I got this. I can do this. I can move past. This is a great time of change in your life so you can be able to ascend. And 1 and 9 is the 9. And it's all about this inner growth, okay? It's connected to the Hermit card, is where we're going inside and leaning on our own inner wisdom. Not what our ego is telling us. Not what the surroundings are telling us. Because because sometimes in the moon, things are not brought to light. So you may not see clearly exactly where you're going, but if you start to move in a direction, if you at least face this fear, you at least will be guided towards this. And this is navigating towards that at all times. You're wired to move towards success. You have to trust in that within yourself too. This is also a time where your intuition can be very, very heightened. So really pay attention to your dreams. Really pay attention to symbolism. If you keep on seeing the same animal, if you keep on seeing, seeing the same numbers, which you could be seeing 6 a lot. Don't think that 666, people always give, no number is bad. So people say, oh my God, like if I'm seeing 6s, that means that, no. 6 is a number of harmony. Okay. So if you're seeing that, just know that that's a reminder. If you're looking at the clock and you're seeing 6 o'clock, or you're noticing that it gets 6:36 or things like that, any of that kind of stuff, or if you're seeing any other numbers, just know that these are signs from your higher self to kind of show you that you are on the right path. Okay, but look as it says, face your fears and grow stronger. After you face it, the first this change, because I feel like it could be a move, it could be breaking up with someone, it could be getting with someone, whatever this change is, getting a new job, starting a business. Once you make that one move and you step over the initial fear, then all the rest of them you're going to be able to see, oh, that's nothing, that's child's play, because I got over. I'm saying at 11:11, so it must be true. But yeah, we got the moon right there. Okay. All right, and then we're going to pull here from the tarot. So let me shuffle them a little bit. All right. All right, let's see here. Shall we give the situation for Aquarius? 15 through 30. All right. Let's move all these up. All right, so you got the 7 of Pentacles here as a situation. All right, let's see here. Seer, show me the challenges. Any potential challenges? All right. The Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups right there. Show me the outcomes. Ooh, okay. Yes, to that. The one card I want to clarify is the Knight of Cups. Here, the Knight of Cups. We got the 8 of Swords, I'm sorry. Judgment card right here as the outcome. I just need one more card, Spirit. Give me one more card. The Knight of... Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I want to go ahead and go with the things that I feel like can kind of hinder you or be a challenge at this time. So this is the thing. I feel like what the universe is going to do is it's going to purposely, as a test, offer you things that are going to it's almost like, let me get the words. It's gonna send you tests to see if anything to get out of this. So it's almost like, let's just say you have to clean your room. That's like your thing for the day. I'm going to clean my room. I'm going to clean my apartment. I'm going to clean my house. That's your thing for the day, or whatever the project is, right? And then you commit to it and you say, I'm going to do it. I really am, right? And then boom, your phone rings and it's like, oh, let's go to brunch right now. And then you're like, oh, okay, I'll go to brunch. And you easily do it without even thinking twice about the fact that you've made this commitment to yourself to clean, to do whatever it is, right? So I feel like one of the challenges towards then is there are going to be a lot of distractions that come your way. That you're gonna have to make decisions about, because they're going to try to keep you. It's almost like the universe testing you, or your ego, or your inner child trying to bring it's like let me tell you something about the inner child, right? It's not bad in any kind of way, but it thinks like a child. It's your essence, it's your spirit. So let me tell you what it does. It says, no, 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 we can't face that scary tarantula. Let's go to brunch instead. Like, let's go and, oh my God, are you asking me to go out and do this? Yeah, let's do that instead of facing that fear. Anything but facing that tarantula, right? And that's what kids do. But an adult says, no, I have things that have to be accomplished. So I'm not going to take anything that's offered to me at this time with the Knight of Cups. And it's going to be things that are going to make you feel like happy. It seems like fun and play, like partying, actually. I'm kind of getting that here, like invitations to go out and party when it should be effort put more into whatever this change is than to kind of be out and about. Okay. And I think this is also going to bring light. There's going to be a lot of truth brought to you about yourself and the decisions that you've made that have kind of put you in a situation that have made you stuck. So don't just be open to receiving those things, because they're all putting you on path to not go back down those same routes and to make better decisions about how you move forward. Remember that this is the moon. This is where you face a lot of your fears. So a lot of those things that we've put into this kind of like emotional closet, that's what I like to call it. Like we throw, as a kid, like you put things under the bed or you throw things in the closet and you say the room is clean. It's funny that I was using the room example, because that's exactly what it is. This is like stuffing away our fears and our things. All our lives, we're like, okay, throw it in the closet. Don't want to deal with it. Okay, we're going to go play outside. We're never going to do it. And in order to be able to get here, you have to clean out that closet. So you see how you have the moon here and then you have the sun. A lot of things are going to get brought to the light here in this space about how you've kept yourself bound, and you've done it. It's not going to be everyone else, because you're going to want to blame other people. Well, they asked me to do it, so I did it. Well, they told me to do it, so I did it. But this is all about you, and coming from this state right here where you're bound up into where you're free. So this, everything that you're seeing, even if it's ugly, accept things as they are. Once again, there's this theme of the reading that I kind of had, of the readings that I've been doing today. I pulled a card from this other deck called the Wisdom of the Oracle with the Fates, and it talks about this. I'll just mention it. It says, this is where we accept the things that we cannot change in others, and we don't go back and we try to put more blame on anyone else. We accept fully our truth. That's what the sun is about. We accept our truth with ourselves, and even the parts that we've, given too much and have offered too much of ourselves, and the parts where we've kept ourselves bound or kept ourselves small because of what other people think, or because what we thought of ourselves. Okay, that's that. And then here, your energy right here is, this is where you're kind of waiting. This is waiting around. So as this great change is approaching, this is you contemplating like, oh, but all of this work I put into this life, like I have to make a life change. It's like all of this work I put into this relationship. Oh my God, you want me to leave the person, spirit? Like, universe, you want me to leave, or you want me to quit this job, or you want me to make this move? Look at all of what I've invested. But also too, this is saying that this card is just a reminder that no seed that you plant doesn't manifest into something else. And even though you can't see it right now from your perspective, if you change the surroundings, you'll be able to see how it all pieces together. But it's not time for you to understand everything the way that it is. For a lot of you, it could be with jobs and money. It could be like taking a step back first. And that could be something that's like, oh my God, with the money, like what am I going to do if I have to take a step back from this job? But the money didn't go anywhere in your life, in energetically, maybe in your eyes and what you see from your perspective, because look at this person being blindfolded. They can't really see or do anything, so they're kind of restricted. But it doesn't mean that things are not growing for this person down below. So that's something that you can kind of be feeling at this time. And then coming out of that, we got the Judgment card. So this is you answering the call. This is you feeling it. You feeling this call on you. By the end of this cycle, you have answered the call, and from that, you're being revitalized. It could be something that you kind of thought, because I see here starting out with the Seven of Pentacles, something that you thought was going to bear fruit or bring something into your life. And then you're like, oh man, I'm going to have to leave that behind if I make this decision and go in that way. And then at the end of it all, that very thing that you kind of set your sights on, that you thought wasn't possible, the universe kind of gives it back. It just wants to send you through this test so that you can understand and appreciate it better. I got this feeling that a lot of times you guys are smart enough to be able to bring things in and to to create. You're one of the signs of science, right? And I feel like you guys bring a scientific, a very mental, a very logical perspective to manifestation and spirituality. And sometimes our brains can get to the point to where we feel like we know it all and we have it all figured out, and then life comes in and it puts us in a corner to where our logic doesn't even work, and it's like, okay, you think you know everything, how about this won't work out for you until you make this spiritual change, and then when you do, it's like, oh, it works. And if every other time it's probably worked for you, I know how I'm going to get this, I know how this is going to happen, I know step after step, I know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to make this happen. That might work at sometimes, but then it leads you more to leaning onto yourself and your physical presence and your physical mind. It becomes more scientific and it becomes more evidence based, which is you have to see it to believe it. And when you start to get to that space, then you are here where you're kind of limited. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't open yourself up to seeing more or expecting more, because you're bound by your own limitations of what you think, and then things are kind of hidden off to you with the moon. But you see here, this is where things are being called back, because even here is where you're in this coffin and you're away until you get kind of called back. All right. And just to say this, one thing that I learned about this card is you have the man here and you have the woman here. This is feminine aspect and the masculine aspect of yourself. And what I kind of was talking about, that very our ego and spirit. I don't know why I pointed at the woman, but you see how this angel is kind of leaning towards, not to say that he's not calling everyone, but is leaning towards this feminine side of, this is the spiritual side of ourselves. This is, you see her, Haniel, Archangel Haniel. This is the intuitive side of us. So this part of you has kind of started to lie dormant because you've been so in your logical mind that you've taken yourself away from being connected to your spirituality that allows you to see things like a tarantula and say, oh, that's nothing, I can make it past it. You know what I'm kind of saying? So this is where spirit is trying to get you back in the cycle of being able to believe more than what you can see with your own eyes, and to know that you kind of don't have it all figured out. But there's this truth here, and there's this blessing that comes in with the sun card. So it's coming. The sun card and judgment coming in together. What is this, 19 and 20? Yeah, 19 and 20. So this progression happens, okay? And the next card is the world card, which is that actually the world card looks like this, but I also have to, I'm always giving y'all tarot lessons. So the world card is the next card after this, and that's when you got total completion, where now you're living that life. You've done this, you've been there, done that, you have a t-shirt, on to the next thing. This thing that you're waiting on, it comes back, boom, and then you're there. But look, this is the same thing. So you see this kind of this wreath of completion here, and then you see it right there. It's the same thing. It kind of signifies the same thing to me. And this is you moving into that space of completion. You may not exactly be there yet. You may not see it exactly yet because it didn't actually come in, the world card, but you're totally moving towards it, okay? So that's that on that. Now, let's go ahead and put this right here so I don't have to go look for it again if I need it. Now, let's pull a card for advice for you guys. Advice for Aquarius. Let's see. Spirit, what advice do you have for Aquarius at this time? What advice do you have for Aquarius at this time? Hostility. So I kind of got this thing with this the hesitates. If you've been kind of what's the word? I get the word that's coming to mind is paranoid. Okay, so with this card right here, I'm getting this energy of being kind of paranoid, being on defense or on guard, because you're in this space to where you're kind of where your typical way of dealing with things, which is knowledge. You see how this person has this sword here? That's a sign of air and being able to cut through things. It's not really working for you. You don't really feel protected. I kind of feel like you see the sense of this guard, this shield or this helmet being placed right here, he's kind of defenseless right here. And I kind of feel like this is going to make you kind of talk and say things and kind of and be a little bit cutting with your words, and maybe a little bit cutting towards the people around you because you feel unprotected. I feel like more and more as your mask come off, as spirit starts to soften you up, so you can be able to face this, it's going to bring this out of you. Okay, so be just mindful of that, to not like kind of like lash out at anyone because you feel very, very vulnerable, because you're having to deal with a part of yourself that is a vulnerable space to be able to navigate through this tarantula space. So as you kind of have your guard down, make sure that you're not being super defensive to the people around you. That's one thing. Or super defensive to the environment around you, with this kind of upsetness, this agitation that things aren't panning out the way that you want them to be. Because what this is supposed to do, what these things are supposed to do, is, remember what I was saying, that pushes you here. It makes you fight. So you see what I was kind of saying, that hostilities here, it makes you kind of fight. All right. But in a different way, not to where your head is guarded, where your third eye is guarded, to where you're not receiving intuitively. You have to learn how to not just use your own knowledge and to be blocked out to what the universe is trying to tell you. It's okay to have the sword, but you also have to have this divine guidance to be able to get there. And that's what this reclaiming life's purpose is all about. That, and then I think I want to pull something's telling me to pull from this deck, the Work Your Life Oracle. What messages do we have from the Work Your Life Oracle deck? What do we have? Aquarius, September 15th through 30th. September 15th through 30th. All right, let's see here. Here, let's see. And then I got here, I have Inner Temple. It says devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. And it says come out of the cave, persecution, and expression. So yeah, this is you kind of running, that feeling I feel like of running away from fears and things like that, and putting yourself here and not kind of standing up to those things and saying that you're bigger. This is that thing that I'm talking about, that being bigger than the bug thing that I was telling you about earlier with my dad. And understanding that also too, with these pyramids out here, you're not going to understand. You can't logic your way through everything. When we see pyramids in pictures, these are the symbolism of pyramids are mystery. And this is to say that there is not enough knowledge that you'll have that will prepare you for the mystery of life. So you might as well just keep on treading forward, knowing that you will never fully understand it, but it's okay. It doesn't mean that it has to be uncomfortable. You're moving towards this light that's guiding you, and you have to trust in the thing that's calling you to keep on moving in a direction. And then you have the Inner Temple. It says tune into the portal of your heart. This is more about this thing right here, being connected with your intuitive side and walking down that path. It will lead you through. Okay, so you got this right here, kind of the same kind of what is it called, theme here with these two cards. All right, so I want to read the Inner Temple, and then I'll read Tarantula. Share your voice that's kind of pretty obvious there, but let me read those two to you. Find books, share your Inner Temple. And this is going to be about you finding your way to be able to hear spirit, and not to make yourself so closed off to where you can't hear things that spirit is trying to let you know, to be able to guide you and push you forward. Let's see here. 70. You are being called to be a devoted student and to tune into your heart, to incorporate true devotion in your life. You could be being called to develop a regular meditation, journaling, or chanting practice, or to show up to your soul with rhythm, to develop a daily practice where you fill up your well and spend time with your soul. All the answers to all the questions that you're seeking are waiting for you in the portal of your heart, but you cannot hear them unless you carve out time each day to listen. Your soul is yearning for a deeper relationship with you, and so the more time you spend with it and show up to it, the more clearly it will guide you. We are here to grow as souls. Earth is one big playground for the soul to learn, and you are being called to go deeper in your soul growth, or to increase your devotion to being a student of a lineage or a spiritual teacher. If you have already been a committed student, then you are being commended for your devotion. Your guides want you to know how proud of you they are, and that the time you spend in devotion is priceless. If you're questioning your career path or life path, your guides want you to turn your focus towards devotion and this prayer. Please use me in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. May my life be one big moving prayer. So it says to commit to daily practice. So at this time, it's going to be important for you to have some form of spiritual practice, whether it's prayer, whether it's walking, whether it's working out, whether it's writing things down, whatever it is. As you start to kind of to talk about these fears that you have about moving forward, to make them a real thing, your higher self will start to break down the barriers, or like the walls that are around some of these beliefs, so you can be able to see things clearly and be able to move into that direction. And last but not least, we're going to read the tarantula cards to you. Let's see. That's not it. All right. So the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find your true happiness, you must choose Dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. So it says, when in balance, follow your intuition. It says to bring into balance daily journaling. So once again, you have this practice that is talking about writing things down, or having this conversation with yourself to be able to dispel some of the doubts and fears that you have that make you not want to move in this direction, okay? So that is what I have for you guys. Hope that you guys really enjoyed this reading. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. Let me know if it resonates. Remember that that I do one-on-one readings if you want a one-on-one, as well as information on how to donate to my channel. That information will be available down below in the details. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.